Mel. Absolutely. And Courtney, down here in Florida,
Yeah.
your first challenge pack today, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
That's awesome.
Congrats. That's so exciting.
Thanks. I'm just waiting for someone to purchase a challenge pack. I'm still debating on whether or not they're gonna do it. I'm pretty sure she will, but I don't know.
You mean
and then,
they're still debating?
Yeah.
They'll get it. They'll get their shit together.
Yeah. I sent her like the promo code and everything. So I was like, oh, I can save you $10 more too. Here you go.
Yeah.
So yeah. I use that, and then like I'm gonna try to get a third, and then if I can't, I'm gonna sign up my husband.
Cool. You'll get it. You'll get it. Okay, guys. So I'm going to make sure I have my timer here. But so this is going to be super fun. I am so excited that a lot of the leaders decided to step up, and because Summit was a blast this year. It was not, we didn't have enough time together. I always want more time together, but that's what the Diamond Retreats and Success Club Retreats are for. But Summit is still a blast. I'm so excited to see all your faces. I'm sad that you're far away in the screen. I don't get to hug you, but so good to see you again. And I'm so excited because all of us that went to Summit, we decided to just do this fun little surge call, because the biggest thing that the people at Summit always say, they're like, if anything, because we just get overloaded with a lot of fun knowledge while at Summit, that they say just take 3 things from Summit and make it happen and talk about it. So not only do we want to share it with you all who didn't go, but we wanted to also speak it out into the universe. And also this Summit was a little different this time. Usually you can pick your track, and your team usually tries to make your track and get it together and be in the same track together. However, this year it went by the rank in your business. So we all experienced something a little different. And I am dying to know what everyone else learned, because it was very catered this year. And I want to share things with you guys, and I'm really excited to kick it off. And we're already at 8:03. So Mallory and all the other babes who it looks like you all kind of saw, I did a little timesheet of how the next 30 minutes is going to go. But cool. So I will kick it off. I'm going to mute all of our audios. And if Mallory, if you want to share with us your 3 things, I'm excited to hear it. Let's do it.
What up, fam? Okay, so normally I get super hype and I talk for a lot longer than 3.5 minutes, so I'm going to condense this mega. Okay, so the first thing is get it in your head right now that you're going to be uncomfortable. There are days in this business where you're going to want to shit your pants, you're going to want to throw up as you're sending an invite, you're going to want to quit, like stuff's going to happen, but just realize now that you're going to have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. It's part of the business. You're never going to grow without that. Rachel Hollis, when she came on the stage, she's blaring Beyonce. And to be completely honest, she was right. The crowd was not hype enough as they should be for Rachel Hollis and Beyonce. Like, it was not a big deal. So she had us like redo like our cheer when she came on stage and like keep dancing and do all this stuff. And to be real honest with you, I'm not a dancer. It was like noon. I was 100% sober. Like, I wasn't down to jump up and down and dance. So she was like, if you guys can't get uncomfortable enough in a room full of 20,000 people who are pushing towards the same mission as you can't get uncomfortable enough dancing that, how are you going to get uncomfortable when you get home? Okay, you're not. You're not going to get uncomfortable when you're home alone, sitting at your desk. It's early in the morning. You don't want to be doing what you're doing. So get uncomfortable now. Number 2, this business and your success in it, it's not up to anybody but you. It's not up to your upline. It's not up to your downline. It's not up to your spouse. It's up to you. You have to show up and put in the work each and every single day. And the people who got you to where you are now in your business aren't going to get you to where you want to go. The habits that you did to get you to where you are aren't going to get you to where you want to go. You have to consistently be leveling up and figuring out where you can level up in your business. Number 3, and this one is really hard for me because it's something that I struggle with my entire career in this, is I'm never going to get where I want to go if I don't invite coaches, okay? If I don't put on a recruiting hat, I'm never going to grow my team. Having challengers is amazing. Molding challengers into awesome coaches is amazing. But if you're not out there recruiting and just putting yourself out there and say, hey, the Fit Life Tribe is badass. Come join us. We're a wonderful group of women. You're not going to get where you want to go. So we have to get uncomfortable in doing that. We have to recruit. And we have to realize that this business and our success in it is only up to us, no one else. Done.
Slayed it. Slayed it. Awesome way to go. And to all the other babes who are speaking tonight, if you have the same thing, that's awesome. That just shows how much more impactful it was. So just don't let it stop you from what you have to say, even if it's the same thing. So Amy, I will let you take over, babe. And by the way, if there's any like technical difficulties that happen, if it goes over a minute or so, if any technical difficulties happen, we'll just save it for maybe going live at another time so we can just keep it going. But I digress. Amy, I will go ahead. Wait, there we go. You're not, go for it.
I'm on. Can you hear me? Okay. Thanks, Mallory. That was really good. Because my biggest thing I need to work on is being comfortable being uncomfortable. Because I am always uncomfortable talking. But that's not one of the things I got. One of the biggest things I got was that I need to stay focused on my ideal person, which would be, right now, since I'm pregnant, my shift is going to change from being like, a single, or not single, but married, like active person that does whatever I want basically, to now I'm, I have huge goals that I have to set because I'm now pregnant and have a baby on the way, and everything's different. So that's what I need to try to focus on, is people like me, I think. And then 2, this kind of there's like several keynotes here, but it's all kind of in one. This was from, and I didn't write the guy's name down, it was one of our teachings, and it was the guy that, I don't know his name. He was talking about being, he's an income producing coach, working part-time hours. So that would be me, but I work full-time, but want this to be being able to be doing this on part-time hours. So I need to become a product of the product, and then fail forward, meaning if you failed, it's okay. Just make sure you're going forward and not letting that bring you back. And then I need to set a weekly income goal, which I think will help me. And mine, I wrote down $100. So that is going to be a goal of mine, and to use the activity tracker. And I already printed those all off today, and I started them, but I didn't get as far as Lynn did in her picture, so I didn't share my picture. That's all. Oh wait, the third one. The third one that I think it was repeated over and over was we belong here. And that really seriously like stuck with me and almost made me cry every time I would hear it. Actually, it did make me cry. That I do belong here. So that's it.
You do. We love you.
Love you.
Good job, Boo. Who is next? Amanda?
Okay.
Go for it, girl.
That's like perfect timing. I like deleted half of my list and was like, oh crap. But we're here. We're back. Hi guys. If you don't know me, I'm Amanda. Nice to meet you. So my 3 are kind of like 3 different parts of our business. So the first one that I wrote down is coaching. I hope it's not too echoey. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, cool. Coaching helps people like me, like how my coach helped me, and I have helped my challengers, and just thinking about how many other people I can help. So I think I had this moment when it was the You Belong Here was like the first night opening thing. They showed the whole slideshow of all the coaches and where they've come and people they've helped. And it's really, really easy to get caught up in like our bubble and our challengers and, oh shit, I didn't hit Success Club this month, or I didn't do this, I didn't do that, nobody's engaging with me. Like the biggest thing to remember at the end of the day is the opportunity. Like I walked away from Summit and every day since just feeling so blessed for the opportunity to be able to help people learn how to help themselves and not rely on us or their accountability group or whatever it is. I mean, I lean hard on you guys. I also lean into my challengers, but just remembering that we are blessed with the opportunity to help people change their mindset about their lives and live their best life. So that was the first one. The second one, this is like, I do not practice what I preach with this, but I preach it so often. Don't confuse activity with accomplishment. I think this was said in 17 different ways from every single speaker, but it is so easy to get caught up in the preparation, in the list making, in the ideas, in the creativity, in the apps and the photos and all of the things. Don't confuse that activity with accomplishment. Rachel Hollis said, it's not that knowledge is power, applied knowledge is power. And that's the same with your list. Like, yes, there's a power in making your list and organizing your thoughts, but if you don't apply that, what you doing? Like, that's a whole bunch of wasted time. So what Rachel said was immediate action, make a decision, commit to it, take that action and repeat. So that was a big takeaway. Do not confuse activity with accomplishment. Oh, and there's a quote that went along with that. If you can't handle the stress of where you are, you cannot handle the success of where you're going. So learn how to take that stress and the reason you're making those lists, all that preparation, put it into action, feel that success, and repeat. Okay, last thing. This came from the same talk that Amy just referenced, and I don't know the coach's name either. It was him, and then there were two girls talking about social media back to back. And Lynn is a boss with social media. We know so much about how to post on Instagram because of what we learned through this group. But something that they said that I thought was really interesting is that this coach, she listened to her personal development on her way to work every day. And then she pulled from that for the content of her post. So it doesn't matter if you have a content calendar or not. You may hear something that totally changes the way you think about that photo that you were planning to post today. Something else I liked about that is it gives meaning. There's meaning to your PD. I mean, there's a reason that we do personal development every day, but it gives an action to it. So it's more of a reason to get it done, not so much just for my inner self, but also to help my business on the outside. Two more quick things with Instagram. Post 3 stories a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then a list of things that you love about the business and pull from that on those days where you're like, what the hell, it's raining outside, I have no pictures, I've eaten oatmeal for breakfast 7 times this week. Go back to your list of the reasons why you love this business and you'll have your reasons to post. Sorry, that was probably longer than 3 minutes. I suck. Love you.
No, you rocked it. I was like, I want more. We need more. Is it Taylor?
Yes, that's me. Can you hear me? Okay. Man, I got to follow that up. That was so good, Amanda. Jeez. Well, I am super excited. I'm a little nervous. I've never been like a public speaker. I know that's shocking. My name is Taylor, if you don't know me, and I had a kick-ass time at Summit. It's been like so hard to be back home. The 3 things I want to talk about are the 3 things that are like the hardest for me, which I think is really important. The first one is this bad boy. Yep, this guy. This is our Success Club tracker. And why I think it's so important is because it's so easy, like Amanda said, to get caught up in all the stuff. And then you realize all of a sudden you've spent an hour and you've really done nothing at all. So I like it because I literally look at the things I don't want to do first, and I do those first, and then I do the rest. And the rest seems so much easier once you get through the things you don't want to do. I really do believe consistency is the secret sauce. I believe that people are reaching out to me more now, a year and a half later, than ever before, because they see me showing up every single day, even a year and a half later. So just stay consistent, and just try to stay on track. What I tell myself when it comes to doing the things I don't want, Melanie Mitro said, the pain of change is greater than the pain of staying the same. It is so true. I never want to go back to that person I used to be. I want to just continue to grow. The next thing is that I find I struggle with my content. I tend to do the newbie coach thing and just post about coaching. I don't sprinkle in my life. And Ashley Molstead, my homegirl, and Emily talked about building a brand. And they said to pick 5 things. What identifies you? Because coaching is just a small piece. So for me, adding value to my content is I'm a dog mom. I'm a fiance. That's my man back there. I'm a nursing student. I just started last night. I'm so stoked. I'm a positive junkie, self-motivator, self-love. And then, yes, health and fitness. So build your 5 whys, and it becomes so much easier to post your content. Plus, you're giving value to the people following you. And the last thing is team. Ashley Koza has told me time and time again to lean into the tribe. And time again, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not going to tell them my problems or lean into them. And being at Summit just showed me this isn't just about me. This is about us. This is about us as a whole. And when one person succeeds, we all succeed. And so lean in to your team and show up for one another and be there as a source of support. Hold each other accountable when they set goals, because that's what it's all about. That's why we love doing what we do on top of being healthy and living our best lives, is we get to meet wonderful people and connect and network and, I don't know, live our best life. So that is something that is really, really huge to me and should be huge to you guys too. I think that is all I had, because I'm probably already over time because I talk too much. So, also, sorry, one more thing real quick. Speak into the universe your goals. So for me, I'm going to be 1-star qualifying diamond by December, and I'm going to go to a new leadership conference with Ashley. So speak your dreams out there so that people can hold you accountable, and so you can constantly be striving towards something. Mwah. Love you guys.
Oh my gosh, I just got goosebumps. Y'all are crushing it. Okay, let's keep it going. Who's Shannon, right? Shannon, you're next, baby. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy we're recording this.
So it took me a hot second to figure out how to unmute myself. So hi, I'm Shannon. Elijah's in the background here too, so if you can't hear me, just wave or something and I'll try to shut him up. So Rachel Hollis really spoke to me quite a bit through, just in Summit, because 2 of my points are from Rachel, but she's pretty kick-ass, so that makes sense. So one thing that really stuck to me was, you say that you want that lifestyle, but are you willing to go through the valleys to get to the mountaintops or the highs? So this is not going to be an easy journey. And, really we have to go, if we're not willing to go through the struggles and the stresses, like it was mentioned a little earlier, if we're not willing to go through that, then we don't deserve the success at the top. So just really making sure, are you willing to go through the valleys to get to that end goal? Because it's not going to be easy, and you're going to have to work hard. And it's all about showing up when you're struggling and when you're having that hard time. The other point from Rachel that I took from home, and I talked to Leslie about this a little bit because I'm super guilty of it, just be yourself and own it. If people judge you, then they're not your people. I tend to be very reserved and just kind of, I'm not fooling myself on social media or my stories, and I realize that, so I'm going to work on it, and y'all need to hold me accountable. So I just be yourself, own it. Those people judge you, then they're just not your people. Find your people. Then the last thing was from one of the workshops. They talked about content and stuff that you could post. So just talking about your old normal, your new normal, and what they call explosions. So the explosions are just things that are you're doing for like the first time since joining Beachbody. So like joining or meeting the super trainers, or paying your grocery bill, buying a car, taking your hot man on a date, whatever. So just using those things to post about, and then also just telling a story instead of just having a boring caption. So make it inviting and, really bringing the audience in instead of just like, hey, we went on a date, we got some ice cream, it was great. You can really, expand on that and make it just interesting in a story. So that's it.
I love that. Leslie, before you start, I have to say that is one thing I always forget. And I don't know, I feel like Mallory and I have talked about this so much, is like not talking about the date nights enough, or like meeting the trainers and stuff like that. Like those are the simple little things that aren't in the normal that can be talked about all the time. Like calls like this tonight, we can talk about this, anyways, I love that point. That's such a great point. And I digress. Leslie.
Hi. Okay, I'm like teary-eyed. I'm so emotional since I got back. Sorry. Excuse me. I'm also just so proud of Shannon. We've known each other our whole lives, and I've never seen her grow so much, and like, it's just, okay. Glad I got to experience that with her. So kind of going off of what Shannon just said, I was going to talk about that as well, as that just kind of going through the motions, experience your explosive moments and all of that. But I'm also going to dive into something else, is be the participant and not the observer. So, I feel like a lot of us are guilty, and I know we mentioned this, is you're watching what everyone else is doing, like, oh yeah, their posts are so great, or I love how they post their stories, their workouts, that sort of thing. But instead of just scrolling all the time, and I feel like I've been really guilty of that lately, is hopping in and doing it myself. Like, I can get ideas from others, great, but not sitting there and diving in and just thinking, wow, that's awesome. Okay, why don't I just do it? So stop with the scrolling, stalking, and a big thing that someone said was, like, I think a lot of people are reserved at first because they're waiting to know everything. They're waiting to know about every detail of the program when maybe they haven't had enough time to do all the research on the program, instead of like diving in and saying like, Morning Meltdown it's coming, and it's 100 days long, and it's 20 minutes long. But I know at first I was like, crap, I haven't like researched enough. How am I going to share about this? So you don't have to know everything to share about new products and just Beachbody in itself and new launches and everything. Instead, just lean into the tribe, and maybe you see Mallory post some great content in her stories. Take some of that and roll with it in your own words, or take a picture of hers that she has of the new collagen and screenshot it and post it with your own words. And we don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to. So that was something I took away, was, again, going back to what Amanda said, not sitting there spending too much time on the content, but like, again, leaning into our tribe. Hey guys, I have a cool graphic, post it in your stories, like something, like that. Second was, I think a lot of the times I'm like, okay, here's my Shaco in my stories, here's my workout, done for the day. Well, no, we need to, Ashley said this, you need to realize that your wall is your magazine. That's your storefront. That's, hey, look at, this is an eye-catching photo, some great content underneath, but it's not fully me. Like, you don't know the real me when you see my page. You don't know, the zits on my face. You don't know the sweat dripping down. You don't know the rough day I had, and that we're all real. So make sure you're not just posting in your stories about like just your workout and everything, but really diving into like, hey, my dog just shit on the carpet. Is your dog shit on the carpet? Sorry, my mouth. But just really making them get to know you more and love you for you, because then that's how you're going to find your person. Third, this one, I really just keeps resonating with me, but you're not here to impress people, you guys. Like, yes, you want to have that catchy photo, you want to have some great content, but you also want to impact people on who they can be. You're not selling Shakeology. You are selling what they can be when they drink Shakeology and how it can help them be a happier, healthy person. So you're not here to impress, but you're here to impact them to realize what they can be, and that they can be a healthy, happy person like you are. Yeah.
Well, shit. Okay. Awesome job. I love that one. I think whenever I get stuck, because I'm going to talk about habits, because the biggest thing, the track that I was in, I found myself, I was blown away because I would look to the left and right of me and it was 2-star diamond and above people. And Ashley Smith was sitting next to me and Lindsay Matway was like 2 rows over. And I was like, holy crap, I'm sitting in this room full of leaders. And for a minute, I almost didn't feel like I should be there. Like I had that moment with myself where it was like, do I deserve to be here? And that was one of the biggest things that we talked about in the group was, you belong here, right? You belong here. And energy was a big topic of conversation in our session. So the first thing with the energy was, as leaders, we can get caught up in, and Amanda even brought this up, and this is why I think our tribe is just so smart. We're so in tune with each other. Amanda was like, you have a difference between a friendship and the business leader. She was like, this is business or is this friendship? So it was, determining the difference. And that's why we talk on Facebook Messenger for business and text messages, friendships. And the energy that Danielle Natoni spoke of, she said she gave us quite a few really good cues in regards to what people as customers and coaches are just giving us lip service, who say that they want something, versus the people who really want to take action with their business. She said, for example, and I'm going to give you guys a few examples of this because you are on this call and all of you are doing your thing, is if there's someone that is a coach and they're not active, you don't give them a one-on-one call. You do not give them a one-on-one call if they are a discount, if they are not even an actively enrolled doing something. They don't deserve a one-on-one call. That's just a brief example of energy to save for yourself and your business, because it's got to be with the people who say that they want it and want to walk the talk. Second was habits, because I'm in a room full of women who have created the habit of hitting Success Club every month, but how do we keep growing when we're going up and we're already up, right? So he was a speaker, and I walked in a little late and I didn't catch his name, but he talked about the habit of, if we want to form a new habit, like if we say we want to do yoga 5 times a week for 10 minutes, instead of saying, I want to do yoga 5 times a week for 10 minutes or meditate for 10 minutes, we keep missing that marker. He said, pick a time when you're going to do that habit. Go and get out your yoga mat, roll out the yoga mat, sit on your yoga mat, and then automatically get right back up and put your yoga mat away and go on with your life. He was like, because it's not about the actual partaking of the habit. It's about just showing up. It's not the actual action of doing it. It's just about showing up. So he said it was the car it's the cab ride to get into doing the action. It's not the action that's hard. It's, are we making it easy on ourselves to get to that habitual action that we want to incorporate into our lives? So if doing the tracker might be hard for some of us, how can we make it seem sexy, right? And he said, you get a bag of marbles maybe, and every single time you do that tracker, take a marble out and place it out. And maybe whenever you pull out a blue marble, you go and give yourself 15 minutes of a walk, or you, at the end of all the marbles, you go and give yourself a massage. So make the habitual action step sexy. So make it an easier process to get into a habit, and don't necessarily do the whole thing. And then when you do the whole thing, reward yourself, like a physical reward of just removing a marble out of a bag, or removing a penny, or doing something like that to get us more into the habit. And that was my 3 minutes. Heather, I think you're next.
Hello, my beautiful people. I miss you like you wouldn't believe. But all right, so a few things that I took away. One of the biggest things for me is to build your confidence, to know about the products, know about the launches, know what's in the products, because this will make it easier for you to combat all of those objections that you're getting from people. It gives you a way to anticipate what's coming when you're talking to people, and then you'll know how to focus on getting them all of the information that they need. And one of the biggest takeaways for me was, it may seem obvious, but if you want to make money in this business, you have to go big. Like SC6 is great, but there was a chart that they showed, like a slide, and I'm going to show it to you. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. I don't know if you will. Can you guys see that? But if you want to make $150 a week, you're going to go SC6. If you want to make $2,000 a week, you got to hit for SC20. Like, you have to go high. Now, with that being said, going to that level, how do I say this? Like, for example, don't lose sight of why you started what you're doing, because then you will get all caught up in it and you won't be able to focus on like the big picture. Like, you started this business to help people, and you also started this business to make money and help other people make money. So you have to go big. Get to 2-star diamond, open up a second CBC center, and eventually it will all trickle down and you'll basically be making money while you sleep, because that's what Team Volume does for you. What else do I have? So I don't know why I get so nervous. I write it all down and then I get nervous and I sound like a blabbering idiot. But also, and when you are building your team, know your leaders, know the people who are going to step up, and learn about them. Learn what drives them, because that's what's gonna, like, literally, they will do anything for you. That sounds funny, but I will do anything for you guys. So it's like, know what they, what drives them to grow, I guess. I don't know. I had so much more, but now I'm just like, I don't know. Sorry. And I guess one of the biggest quotes that one of them said was, remember that your setbacks can enable growth if you have the right mindset. So make sure you're always reading your PD, because you're going to have setbacks. It's inevitable. You're going to have moments where you just don't want to do this anymore, and you're going to be frustrated up the wazoo. Like, and there are going to be moments where you fall off. Example, tracker, keep doing it. Don't just print it out and let it sit on your desk. Fill that sucker out and get it done. And yeah, it's just know your team, grow with your team. If there's any bad talk within your team, shut that shit down. Shut it down, because it can pretty much, fuck everything up. Yeah, and I can't wait for the work. So as you can see, I curse a lot. All right. That's all.
Yay. Where's Ash? I think Ash, you are our closer.
That's a lot of pressure.
No pressure.
Okay. All right. Hi, I'm Ashley. This is my second summit. Definitely was a little different. Last summit, I felt like I absorbed a ton of information from all the workshops and the coaches and everyone around me. This time, I really felt like I honed in on the specifics of the general session. So all but one of my tips are from general session. So my first one I'm going to start with is one of our speakers in our diamond track said, when someone looks at your social media, do they know you're a coach, and do they know you're running a business? Do they know you're serious? And for sure, my answer was no. Like, there's no way. So that's huge for me. So being more open about that and talking about the business side is how I feel like I'm going to reach out and get business building coaches. So that's my first thing. My second thing was, you attract what you emit. So if you want to find your people, if you want to find coaches like you who want to have the same things as you and build the same business as you, then you have to be honest about what that is. If you are putting out there that this is hard and I don't make money, or, I don't feel good where I'm at, then those are the people that you're going to get on your team. And that's what you're going to have to deal with if that's your team. And we talked about this at lunch one of the days. Like, I don't want to have a diamond retreat one day and be like, how did I find these people? I want to find people like me. I want to find people that are killer, So that was my second one. And my last thing, it was from Rachel Hollis, because I think all of us at Rachel Hollis pretty much cried the whole entire time, because she was so freaking magical. Yeah. Right. And So what she said that really resonated with me is she said, girl, you asked for this mountain. You put it in the universe. You said it to the universe that you want this mountain. Now you're in the valley and you're complaining about the walk to the mountain that you want. Like, this is where you're getting strong. You're not strong enough to be on that mountain right now. It kind of leads into, I think, what Leslie said. If you can't handle the stress of where you are now, you certainly can't handle where you're going. So that was that's the one that really makes me get emotional, is that quote. So, and I think my time's up. Yeah.
You guys, that was amazing. Thank you, babes, for sharing all the things that you learned. It was so nice to hear what you all learned in your different tracks. And thank you everyone else who hopped on. Happiest of Tuesdays. You all were so good. It was so good to see all your faces. And yeah, happy Tuesday. We will hopefully see you in the tribe and then see you on our sleigh call next week. We will definitely be having our Fit Life Tribe team calls and an update for the second half of power hours and stuff like that will be updated soon. And we'll keep you all posted. Just keep looking for that in the tribe, and let's rock MM100. Woo, woo. All right, y'all. Mwah. Have a good evening. Bye.